You think Filipino drivers are just reckless? Think again. What if I told you nearly 40% of the traffic signs in Metro Manila are literally designed to be misunderstood? Yeah, you heard that right. We're blaming the drivers, but the system is practically begging them to break the rules. Today, we're tearing down the biggest myth on Philippine roads. It's not just about bad habits or Kamote drivers. We're diving into the real, hidden reasons why traffic rules get ignored. And stick around because in a few minutes, I'm going to reveal how a deeply rooted Filipino cultural value is actually being weaponized to justify bribery right in front of traffic enforcers. It's wild, and it completely changes everything you thought you knew about road discipline. Let's get into it. Let's start with the physical roads. Imagine playing a video game where the controls are broken. That's driving in the Philippines. A study showed that 37% of traffic signs in Metro Manila fail basic comprehension standards. If you can't understand the sign, you can't follow the rule. Simple. And our main traffic law? It was written in 1964. It's literally older than most of our parents. The rules are outdated, vague, and full of loopholes. But wait, it gets worse. It's not just the signs, it's the enforcers. Ever notice how traffic operations seem to only flag down motorcycle riders, but the fancy SUVs just glide by? That's selective enforcement. When the law isn't applied equally, people stop respecting it. And then there are the fixers. You get a ticket, but a middleman can make it go away for a fee. When the system is this corrupt, why would anyone play by the rules? The game is rigged. Now, let's talk about the people behind the wheel. Specifically, our public transport drivers. We've all yelled at a Jeepney driver for cutting us off, but have you ever thought about the boundary system? These drivers don't get a fixed salary. They have to pay the owner a daily quota before they even take home a single peso. When a traffic fine costs more than a driver's daily profit, breaking the law isn't rebellion, it's survival. Speeding, illegal U-turns, skipping maintenance, it's all about maximizing trips just to feed their families. When you're under that kind of economic pressure, a traffic rule isn't a safety guideline, it's a financial burden. Okay, here is that cultural secret I promised you earlier. Why do bribes work so easily on the road? It's not just greed, it's utang na loob. In Filipino culture, utang na loob is a deep debt of gratitude. But on the road, it gets twisted. A driver might frame a bribe not as a dirty payoff, but as helping out an enforcer. It reframes corruption as a socially acceptable favor. And it doesn't stop there. What about pakikisama? We literally ignore other drivers' violations just to avoid conflict and keep the peace. And we feel too ashamed to report a corrupt enforcer or a reckless driver because we don't want to cause a scene or embarrass them. Our best cultural traits are accidentally keeping the roads dangerous. We prioritize social harmony over public safety. Here's the craziest part of all this. Surveys show that Filipinos actually agree that traffic laws are important. We know the rules. We have positive attitudes toward road safety, but our actions don't match. Why? Because the economic pressure, the broken infrastructure, and the cultural loopholes completely override our good intentions. We know what's right, but the system makes it too hard to do it. So, how do we fix it? Fines and more tickets won't work. We need to fix the broken signs, support our transport workers so they aren't forced to choose between feeding their kids and following the speed limit, and build an enforcement system we can actually trust. If this completely changed how you see Philippine traffic, do me a solid and share this video with a friend who always complains about Kamote drivers. Let's spread the actual facts. Next time you're stuck in traffic, look at the signs. You might just realize the real Kamote isn't the driver, it's the system.